Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and this is the next of my Sale-A-Bration Sundays video series, and this time I'm going to be using Softly Sophisticated. So this is one of the products where you need to spend £90 or €120 to actually earn this one for free. But it is a stamp set and also a 3D embossing folder. Okay, so it's kind of 2-in-1 really, isn't it? So I am going to make a card similar to this one. For this one, I am using the technique that's called Inlaid Embossing. So you do have different layers, but you put them on your card and then you emboss it, and then it squishes it down and it kind of makes it look as if it's actually part of the same layer there. Okay, so it does look like that on that one. It looks less like it on that one because that's actually over this one as well. So for these I used the designer series paper is Perennial Lavender, and I've used both combinations of these stamps. So you stamp the stem and leaves, and then you stamp the flowers. So I've used Gorgeous Grape, Blackberry Bliss and Highland Heather. And then my sentiment I actually stamped with Berry Burst on that one. And I gave the embossed layer a little bit of a sand as well, just so that it kind of pops out a little bit more. I did add some gems to this because I can't resist the bling. So it does make it a little bit thicker than you would really want from an embossed inlaid card, because that's a great way to have different elements on your card but not actually increase the depth of it in any way at all. Okay, so I'm going to make another one. I haven't entirely decided what colours I am using, except that I have used a different design from the same paper pack, but I'm using this green side here. Sorry, the green that I used in this one was Lost Lagoon. I'm going to use Shaded Spruce, and I'm going to change my circles to a square and a rectangle on there. Okay, so just changing it up and see if we get more of an inlaid look this way around. So let's just stamp. Just giving that a good ink and checking that I've got it all covered, and then I'm going to do it at a slight angle on there. There we have it. Sorry, I don't think I said these 3 circles were done with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and then I used a 2-inch for that one. Forgot about that. Okay, so flowers. I need to decide what colour I am going to use for my flowers. And I used the kind of purpley pink palette because of the designer series paper with this one. But really I can have absolutely free range with this one, can't I? Let's go Melon Mambo. It's going to pop against the green, isn't it? I don't know if I've got any Melon Mambo gems, but never mind. Right, so 2-step stamping, you want to line up the base of that flower with that point there and try and tuck that into there. Okay, and then the other one will just go wherever it wants. Okay, I think I've not quite got that perfect little overlap there, but that'll do nicely. Okay, so that is going to go over there. I think I'll just stick with the same for my sentiment, and I'm using a different sentiment from the same set. So I had You and My Thoughts with the first one, and then I've gone with Hello There. Beautiful. And I think I will actually use those little flowers again. Not those ones. I'm going to use these ones. And I will take it down a notch, but stick with the brights and go Flirty Flamingo with those. So ink it up and just add a little bit more on there. Like so. Lovely. All right, so let's get my ink pads out the way. And then we need to glue these pieces where we want them, and then we can do the embossing. Okay, so my preference is my multi-purpose liquid glue. And trying to get a reasonably equal. So I think I cut this to 6.5 centimeters, so 2 5/8 ish. And this is the same width, and I just did that at 2.5, roughly an inch. Okay. And I'm going to leave a little gap between those. Try and get it straight though. Bit too much glue on there, I think. It's moving around a bit more than I would like. There we go. That'll do. Right. Now for the magic of the embossing. Right, let me just pop this glue away further now. And with this bit here, if that's facing up, then you're going to get an embossed pattern. Okay. You could decide to deboss, so it would go down the way, but I'm not gonna. And to make sure that my lines are running straight, I'm going to put the edge of my paper along that very handy black line at the bottom. And I'm also trying to make sure that we've got that kind of equally spaced there as well. So once I've got that in there, I'm actually going to add a little bit of washi tape down the bottom there, just to hold that for a second whilst I bring in my cut and emboss machine. Okay, now I mentioned that this is a 3D embossing folder, so you will need platform 1, then your embossing folder with the hinge at that side, and then plate number 4, and just wind that through nice and easily. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, so we now have this here, and I shouldn't have bothered putting emboss to washi tape over that because I can't get it off at the moment. I'm just going to slice it with my snips like so, and there you go. So this will kind of stick, so just be gentle when you're prizing that off as well. Okay, and you can kind of see that it does look as if that is inlaid in there. Just love that technique. As I say, you get layers without bulk, so especially good if you're popping something in the mail, because nobody likes to have to pay extra postage if they can avoid it. And if it's just a little note to say you're in my thoughts or hello, then I think that's a great way to save a little bit. But, you know, because postage is becoming more and more expensive right across. I don't want it to put people off from sending cards, because if you're making them, you need to send them. Right, so decisions time. Do I sand this one or not? I'm going to give it a go. So I am just using normal, everyday embossing nail file, and you can really see that difference, can't you? Just have it flat as you can, so that you're not in any danger of ripping the card or anything like that. And just very gently rolling it along. Does make a difference, doesn't it? You can really see that embossing popping. I mean, obviously you can feel it when you receive the card. Lovely. I am happy with that. So, as I say, I probably will add some bling to this now. I don't know what I've got. So the gems I added to this one were the purple fine shimmer gems. Not quite so appropriate for my green card. Let's see. Now I've got Lost Lagoon. Oh, well, I think I'll use those Festive Perils. Now, I do have quite a few of the green ones left, so I'm going to pop them on this white piece so that they kind of stand out a little bit more. So there we go, another Sale-A-Bration Sunday project using the Softly Sophisticated stamp set and embossing folder with the Inlaid Embossing technique. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button, click the bell and get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Bye bye.